Hey everybody, thanks for joining. Mike Jones here for Ellis County TV. Got a super great person here with me today. It's a good friend of mine. It's a colleague of mine, and it's Brad Norman, and he's running for sheriff of Ellis County. So, Brad, thanks, brother, for coming in.
No, thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm stoked about this discussion we're having. This interview, if you want to call it.
Absolutely.
And I hope you guys like it too. Some ground rules that we've already discussed, and I've discussed with my prior interviewees or guests, I guess you could say, is we're not on here to bash anybody else. We're on here to talk about this man's goodness, not somebody else's badness. We're not into that. And Brad, I'm sure you wouldn't want to be a part of that either.
No.
You've kept a clean...
Running a clean campaign.
Yeah, you know what? And you've kept a clean campaign, haven't you?
No, we purposely said in the beginning we're not going to go sling mud. My opponent and I actually met early on, had breakfast, and talked about that very thing. So,
and is his side also adhering to those kind of ground rules?
I haven't. I'm not aware of anything that's been crazy.
I hadn't heard anything either. No. And that's good, man. We don't need that divisive mentality in Ellis County.
Right.
We've had that
for many years in many different venues. Absolutely.
yeah, we did. Brad, I know you, but our audience doesn't really know you. First of all, you live in Midlothian, right?
I do. We live out south of town, out in Mountain Peak area.
Have you been here a while?
Yeah, we moved out in Mountain Peak. We built that house we lived in town first. Moved here in '99 when I went to work for Midlothian.
Oh yeah.
And lived in town on 7th Street, and then we built a house out near Mountain Peak in 2003.
Yeah, you're right off of 875 out in that area.
Yes, when we built that house, it was actually in the county, and then within about 2 years, we were in the city limits.
Yeah, it didn't take long, did it?
Tier 2 hadn't passed at that point. So
yeah. Well, I guess it's unfortunate and fortunate, depending on how you look at it. But
yeah,
you can't fight
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right.
And well, I'm glad you're at least in the county. You know, because it gives you. The ground rules to run for office is you have to live in the county of the office that you're running in.
Correct.
Right? And you have, I know, because...
We've been here since 1999.
Oh, yeah. And the reason why I know that to be true is because he and I were hired at Midlothian PD on the same day in 1999.
Yep.
Somewhere around... I think I went full-time in 99, but I was a reserve for... to tell you the truth, I don't remember how all that worked out, but we were hired full time on the same day.
Yep.
You never actually came to work at MPD, or I never saw you.
Not in uniform.
Okay.
So I got hired at Midlothian PD to actually be a patrol officer. So the first day I came in to get sworn in, the assistant chief and the chief pulled me aside and asked me, said, "Hey, are you interested in going to the task force? We have an opening at the task force." And I said, "What's a task force?"
Who was the chief?
Bobby Whitmire.
Oh, yeah.
And Kyle Neal was the assistant chief.
Yep.
And I'd interviewed already. I'd been hired. It was the day I was coming in to get sworn in. And they said, "We've got a position open at the task force if you want to go."
And this was your first cop job?
No. I started in West, in McLennan County.
Oh, okay.
So I'd been in West for just a little less than a year. I went to the police academy in Waco. The Heart of Texas Police Academy in Waco, and I got a job in West immediately after I graduated. So I went from there. I was there for less than a year, and then this was home back in the Metroplex. All our family was here.
Was it?
So we moved back up here.
What did you do before you became a cop?
A little bit of everything. The last 5 years.
You were an aspiring rap star?
No. The prior 7 years or 6-7 years, we ran a Christian retreat center down in Clifton, Texas. 3 Mountain Retreat, which is still in operation today. It's a Christian retreat center.
You're a man of faith, obviously.
Yes, no, absolutely. Been raised in church all my life. My father was a pastor
I
in
didn't
Dallas,
know that.
a high school principal in Dallas at DISD, and a pastor of church, New Life Fellowship.
Ooh, boy, I bet that was heck growing up.
Double PK. You got a principal's kid and a preacher's kid. I was a double PK. So if that,
yeah, it's a wonder you got in law enforcement and wasn't in prison. You know,
right. But no.
So, where'd you graduate?
Kimball High School in Dallas.
In Dallas.
Graduated from Kimball in '83, and then went to Mountain View College for 2 years in UTA for a year. Then quit and got married. Mandy and I've been married. My wife and I've been married for 32 this summer.
Wow.
31 right now, 32 this summer, and
she's awesome. I should have had her on here first.
no, she is. She would have been a much better interview, I'm sure. She's my rock. Greatest gift the Lord ever gave me, no doubt.
Yeah, no, she is. Mandy and your whole family. You know, from I've known you over the years, simply because we had same friends and same relations, same thought patterns, and we really wanted to make this county a great place to be. And we enjoyed it there for a long time. You know.
Some of the same hobbies. We used to ride bikes together.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm a little bit old now.
Not mountain bikes, motorcycles. just to be clear.
No, I had the mountain bike out back.
Yeah. No, I hadn't done that.
Yeah, I hadn't done that in a while either. Man, it's just I'm just so happy that you could come on here and you kind of give my show legitimacy, So I appreciate that.
Well, thanks.
Okay, so you graduated high school at Kimball High, then you went to UTA. Is that what you
Mountain View with the junior community college,
got
Dallas
your
Community
associates?
College. Yeah, and then went from there to UTA.
Is it criminal justice?
Yep, criminal justice degree. And so it's BAS, Bachelor of Applied Arts and Science with emphasis in criminal justice. So I got through 3 years there, or my third year there, and then Mandy and I got married, and I started working for a living. So I had 1 year of college left. So in between working or whatever, I ended up going to the police academy in Waco, got hired, worked in the city of West for, like I said, a little less than a year, and then got hired at Midlothian. And then so we moved back up here. So during that time, after I was here for about a year, I was at Midlothian for almost 3 years. And in 2001, then Sheriff Ray Stewart, I was a member of the task force.
Ray.
Yeah, thank you, Ray
Yeah,
Stewart.
you know what? Let's stop right there. And let's just say something about Ray Stewart. The legacy, I talk about this all the time, y'all. It's the legacy you leave behind. It's not so much what you do while you're here and how you do it.
Absolutely.
It's how people remember you for doing it. So your legacy will live on. We're not going to live forever, and once we're gone, the vacuum will be filled in about 2 seconds. I used to tell people they could train a monkey to do my job when I was in the Marine Corps. But the truth is what legacy are you going to leave? And let me tell you something, Ray Stewart, the legacy that man had left. First of all, Ray is a former Marine. He's a Silver Star recipient for the Battle of Hue in Vietnam. And he's just just a great man, and he's done an endorsement video on Brad. Brad,
Yes,
give him your website to where the endorsements are located.
Well, they're on Facebook at Brad Norman for Sheriff, and then also on our website. I think they've got them all up, or they're uploading them as they come out. But it's normanforsheriff.com.
And let me tell you guys, Ray Stewart's always supported me in my in my endeavors and in my politics, I guess you could say. He's always supported me. Dennis Brearley, who was the chief deputy under Ray Stewart at one time, and under Johnny at one time, they've always been real supportive, but they've never gone public with it. This man, those guys think so much of Brad, his personality, the goodness in him, that they've gone on record from a video, and these are two old guys that don't really like to be in the spotlight, to endorse Brad. So that from somebody like Dennis Brearley and somebody like Ray Stewart to get those kind of endorsements, that says a huge about your campaign.
No, they're two men that I highly respect. Have both been mentors to me over the years, and I couldn't say enough good things about either one of them.
Yeah,
they're top notch.
Top notch. I mean, we just hope we could. I always tell people, and I've said it on the show, we're standing on the shoulders of giants, the guys who came before us.
Absolutely, yes.
And
I agree.
So our mentality should be not to tarnish that ancestral legacy that those guys have built in this county.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and I know that's the way you see things too. You know, you're not
absolutely.
about to tarnish Ray Stewart's history or Dennis Brearley's history or so many other good people that are Chuck Sullins, who's no longer here, you know, Charles, who's no longer here anymore. Roy Vaughn, who was Midlothian chief, you know, that's an honor, you know, for your chief to thinking.
No, he's a good guy. I mean, I got nothing but good things to say about Bobby Whitmer.
We've actually had great people. You know, I mean, we've had issues with some people. We're not going to go there on this show, but
right.
And I know, guys, I got off the beaten path there. So let's go back to this. Ain't about me. This is about you. So you had a year of college left to do. So when you joined Midlothian PD, did you still have a year of college to do?
Yes. I didn't go back and finish my degree until I was actually at the sheriff's office after 2001. It was about 2003, I believe, is when it was. And I finished up at Midwestern State University in Wichita Falls. That's where I got my bachelor's degree.
Holy cow! Did you have to go up there?
They didn't have the proctoring like they do now, so I didn't have to go there for class every day. But I did have to go there for every exam, every major anything. Your finals and all the major tests. We had to drive to Wichita Falls to do that.
Why would you do that?
They had a BAAS program, Bachelor of Applied Arts and Science program, and it would actually use some of the education that I received on the job as a police officer. So I was actually able to do a portfolio and get some credit for that.
Yeah, and a lot of people do that. Even
a lot of people at the sheriff's office did it after I did. Yeah. It was just a
military guys
really
will do
program.
it.
Yeah,
you know, if there's a job occupation that their skills cross over and they've been trained, you know, then a lot of these colleges, it's not just the college you're talking about. A lot of them will recognize the fact that they've got that foundation,
right,
and experience.